Okay, I want to welcome everybody. Welcome to this shorter video. This is a follow-up. This video is a follow-up to my little scene that I created here, or my setup that I created here in Blender in 3D, and this is for reference help for certain scenes. I covered a lot of different points in the other video. It's a long video. I hope you watch the whole video and enjoy it and maybe learn something from my own studies. So I'm just sharing what I'm doing. This is for setting up some scenes for animation and for comics, if you want to do comics, if you want to do that. But what we basically got here is we've got a thing that looks like a corridor. I've made a few updates, okay, to this file, and I've not put the other one up yet, but I may be sharing the file if anybody wants it. Okay, this setup I've got here, I think it might be handy for people. Might come in useful, get handy, so you don't have to set it up yourself. But basically we've got a thing that looks like a corridor here, as I've shown. It's not a corridor. All it is like a line thing, like to show like the line, like if you was going to have a scene of a character walking along a line, or a character running, or a character fighting, like various, like two people fighting. They might be fighting along in a straight line. You might want to use this for reference, for a guide to animate. And what I would do is I'd draw on top of this in 2D to make a 2D animation. I'm saying you may or may not want to use a 3D figure and pose it and everything. You may just want to draw, and that's what I do both. As I say, I do freehand 2D animation is what I'm all about, but I do sometimes use 3D like this to help me too, for reference. So you might want to get a cool camera angle, like something like this, and using these kind of grid guides and stuff, as I showed in the other video, you can actually use this to actually set up your scenery as well if you wanted to. But anyway, this is a corridor setup thing here. It's not a corridor, I mean it's just this guide. The adjustments I've made, okay, this, as I say, is still used as so. I can still pose pose this to make a different track as such for them to move along, you know. For a full understanding of what I'm talking about here, you'd be better to go to the other video to actually understand what this is all about and the whole point of all this. But let's just take a look now at some of the features I've done. First of all, I've got a bunch of models in here, and this is, remember, we're not doing this for the purpose of doing 3D per se, and we're using this as reference for 2D drawing on top of this stuff. This model here, okay, this one is just the same. So we go. I'll show you if I go into another view here. You'll see we've got different colour setups as well. I've given it a different colour setup. We've got one here. This model here is just the original model from Make Human. Okay, 2 spare cubes you might want to use over there if you want to use them for anything. What else do we have? This yellow one is, I've given them color codes. This yellow one is basically a copy of the one you just had over there, so if you want to have another figure, it's a copy of that one that you saw over there, but it's just another one here. So a copy, so you can duplicate them yourself if you want to make more, pose them, etc. This one, this blue or this green one here beside it is just a statue. That's all it is. It's just literally a static. It's got no rig or anything, no skeleton. It's just a posed figure. So you might want to pose some figures. You might want to position some standing figures and stuff. But of course, you can pose them properly in different poses by using these rigs, as I say, these rigged versions, and then making copies just as I did. So copies, not copies. But yeah, I showed how to do that in the other video. So for the full look at how to do stuff and tutorial type stuff, go into that video. This one you're going to notice over here is this third one here, or fourth one. The hands, I was so lazy I couldn't be bothered to make fists and you know, position every knuckle on the fist. So I've done that so many times, it's driving me crazy. So what I did is I just put I cut the hands off and just put two sphere type shapes there to represent closed fists for when he's punching and doing a lot of fight moves, because there's going to be a lot of times where the characters are going to have closed fists. I had problems though using the actual rig that came with Make Human, which I've used in these two. When I started to adjust this model and I changed the hands, it just messed everything up. So what happened is I made my own. I took the time to make my own skeleton rig, and I've matched it to that. So it's all rigged up, ready to go, ready to pose, like so. It does actually work. See, it's all posing fine. Let's go back to another view, as I say. It's nice and clear to see. Okay. You know, and there you go. She's like, you're ready to punch or whatever. Okay. Okay, and there you go. Okay, so that's that. There you go. Okay. There you go. Okay. But what I did is I made a copy of that actual rig too that I created. You can see it's very, very simple. It's got no hands. It has feet, but you can add more bones if you wish to before you you know, parent a model to it. But you can use that again for more characters. You know, there's less more figures. There's less, you know, unnecessary bones and stuff like that. Here's my rig I made. You know, I made it very, very simple, and all you need to do is take, like, for example, a static, you know, model like that, or a pose model, and then you know, adjust it, and then basically just bring it onto that, you know, and parent it to that with automatic weights, as I say. So there you go, a little scene set up. Okay, remember, this is for like different reasons. I've created this pathway here for certain movement, for like fight moves and stuff, so they'll be like running along, punching and kicking and doing all kinds of things from different camera angles, and I thought I'd use this for a guide. But you can use things like this to actually make actual guides too, like make actual scenery, you know, and stuff, and make it bigger. But I've just kept it like from foot to head, like head to toe, you know, like it's the right height, and you've got this middle line across the middle here showing the waistline, and then on the floor we've also got like a middle line. There's 3 lines to split it into, so you've got one down the center, so you can kind of see where the feet are kind of lined up, sort of thing. You can have it like when they're moving around, stepping and moving and fighting, you know. Yeah, pretty simple. With the rig, don't forget this is all rigged as well, this corridor thing, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, you can turn off the visibility of that, of anything too like that, by going to the collection. Oh, by the way, I've named everything here. You've been given names, so you've got some names, and that you'll get used to what's what. Yeah, I'll try and share this file with you guys if I can. Okay. Everything's been named nicely. There's an outer cube too, by the way, an outer cube view like this. If you want to have this, you can see they're not actually positioned too well, like on the floor and everything. Like now, I just used this as a guide really, but you know, I just used it basically to give some extra like viewing is what I did. You see, I could go to another view or just use that. You could turn off the visibility of my where is it? Excuse me, original, hold on, hall, where's the hall? Hold on, static dummy, hold on one second, I'm confused. Oh, here we are, right here. Yeah, turn off the visibility of this per se, and just go with like a scene like that if you wanted to just use it. You've got all these grid lines on the walls, on the floor for extra. You could obviously bring this, like move that obviously, you know what I mean? You could obviously move this cube, outer massive cube. You can turn off and on the selectability of the objects, as well as the visual as well, the visualization, the going to press very sorry, the camera just cut out. I'm just going to press G to grab and Z to move it up, just so that it's on, like, you know, the right level more or less on the floor. So you can do that, and there you go, you can do that as well, you know. But I'm going to turn that back off and just make it deselectable, unselectable, and also the visual off. Turn back on my whole visual there, which is yeah, more or less in the right position, right? I can also, of course, move this slightly up further to make it a bit better, you know. Kind of hard to get it perfect, you know, but you do what you can. That's pretty good, I think, you know. Okay, and that's that, you know. Or deselect, unselectable. Yeah, I've turned you off, which is visual. Yeah, you can turn off the skeleton thing if you don't want to see that. I've kept it a fair distance from there, and as I say, you can make copies of these and, you know, use them for your scenes. And don't forget, you can make other objects too, like other objects and cubes and things, and give them subdivisions and stuff, and do things to make some more basic scenery stuff in, or bring actual models in. This is for 2D setups, it's not for 3D, remember that, but you can use this for 3D too, but this is for 2D setups. Thank you very much. Just a quick video there. Thanks for watching. Check out the long video, because I cover a lot of stuff in that long video. Thank you for watching that one, if you get time.